Today, I want you guys to create a gallery inside Google Arts and Culture. If you've never used this website before, it's very easy to find. You can type in artsandculture.google.com, or you can just search for it from Google and you'll find it, Google Arts and Culture. Here's the homepage. It is basically a giant resource for art. It links you to all sorts of walkthroughs for museums. Uh, you can search for art. There are different categories that you can search. So if you wanted to see different collections, they give you collections from different museums around the world that you can then look into, which is fun to see where the art is housed. You can go by themes to look around. They have some, different featured stories throughout the way. That you could explore. Any of these, let's try Once Upon a Try. Any of these will have, some kind of reading throughout. But it kind of looks like this. Sometimes there are some videos. But there's so much on here. I don't know everything about it. I'm actually not sure what experiments are. But there's a lot to look at. A ton. Okay. What we're going to focus on, I'm going to go back here. What we want to focus on is artwork that can help you or inspire you with whatever you're working on right now. So you might be interested in searching just through artists. If you know some names of artists, or you just want to kind of scroll down here, there are going to be, the most famous artists that you may recognize their names right away. There's also some in here that there's a lot that I've never heard of. But, people that are well represented in museums. Now, that might be kind of daunting to look at if you don't know a lot of the names of artists. But you can, this kind of is just random. You could hit the A to Z button to see them in alphabetical order, or you could go by time. Now, time is pretty interesting, especially if you were looking specifically for, artwork of the 1940s. You would be able to look down here and go, okay, this is what 1940s art looks like. Let me go back. You can also do it by art movements, by mediums, which is the type of material working from. For ceramic students, this is nice because you get just work done in clay, although you can find more clay work throughout here in different sections too. I have had much better luck looking on Google Arts and Culture for paintings than for sculpture or clay work, but give it a go and see if you can have a little better luck than I have had in the past. I think it's always changing, so you might find that it's easier. So in here in stories, there are different stories and articles written within. For the purpose of what I would like you guys to do for this bell ringer is I want you to create a little gallery of your own. So you can go to any of the different ways of searching, okay, and find something that you like that's going to help you or inspire you in working on what you're working on. So I'm actually going to go back. I was searching some contemporary artists. So I was looking for some sculpture that, like contemporary sculpture. So I looked up some names that I just knew. So I don't love all these pieces from Donald Judd, but it did get me down to see related work for minimalism. Richard Serra, who's another contemporary sculpture artist who worked with steel. So this is one of his most famous works. So if I click on any of these pictures, down here underneath where it tells you what the title is, The Matter of Time, Richard Serra, tells you when, I can click this heart, right? And when I click that heart, what it's going to do is send it over to my profile. So under profile, now you have to be logged in. If you're not, make sure you get logged in. Use your school email address so I'll be able to see your work later on. So I've been hearting a few things today. It brings you to items right here. And so there's two buttons right here, favorites and galleries. Let me show you what we're going to do. Here are some galleries I've created. I have some traditional teapots, some sculptural teapots, and some terracotta draped figures. Alright, in order to get a gallery, I'm going to click on this button down here. Now, what it's going to do is show me all my favorites again. And then, so if I've taken my favorites and put in some pieces for the gallery, I can easily get them. So it opens this up, and I'm going to click on these contemporary sculptures that I found. Like that. And then I hit continue. I'm going to type it. And I'm going to give a description. These are some and click done. Now, you may want to give us more of a description than that, but this is the idea. So then you can create yourself some inspirational galleries right on your computer, easy to access. Now from your, okay, you can't do it from there. From favorites, if I wanted to share, that's not how it's done. You should be able to share this. So I'm going to copy the link up here and see if, yeah. So I copied the link, and if I go to Google Classroom, mine's going to look a lot different than yours. When you go to Google Classroom and you're going to post something, you should be able to add a link, and you're going to add your link in there, and that way it should bring up, it's not.